Hello, everyone. Welcome to our last final chicken salad live with Happy Little Stitch Shop. We are putting together Florence today, and it is our last chicken salad live. Can you believe it? This is our last chicken. So today is Tuesday, May 3rd. 2022. I'm Angela with Happy Little Stitch Shop, and my helper Dee is here with me tonight so she can read while I am making Florence, and we can have a lovely chat as we make our final chicken together. So hopefully we'll have some people join us and we'll have a fun, lively chat and have some fun together tonight while everybody's sewing. So hello, Huckleberry. It will be 9:30 p.m. when the last chicken salad song will be starting, and I'll be leaving for work. Oh, I hate to miss it. I'll be working on my borders tomorrow and hope to post pics soon. Have a good night. Ladies, thank you, Huckleberry. We will miss you. Hello, Kathy. Hello, Sandra. Hi, Angela and everyone. It's been a long day and very warm here in Spartanburg, South Carolina. Marcia, hello. Hello, Ruth P. from Stormy, Pennsylvania. Hello, Jody. Can't decide which quilt I want to do. Which quilt are you going to do? What are your options? Let us help you decide. Jody, what are your choices? Hello, Tammy S. Hello, Sharon. Ooh, can you do me a favor and go grab the Thunky Cred?
Yeah.
I knew she would get it. Hello, Debbie. Hello, Brandy from Rainy, Illinois. So excited you are here. Hello, Carolyn. Hello, Charlotte. I'm not making the chickens, but I'm piecing the alternate piece blocks. I can't wait to put this together. So do you have all of your alternate piece blocks together except for the last one? And what are you choosing for your last one? What are you working on? Which block? Hello, Dawn. Hello, Martha. Hello, Tina. Chickens, piece chickens, baby chicks. Oh, and eggs for the kitchen quilt. I see. This is going to be so cute. So cute. She grabbed the Thunky Cred. I was trying to speak in code. Hello, Lori. So glad you are here for our final chicken salad live. Hello, Tina. Hello, Donna. Hello, Betsy. Hello, Alice. Hello, Louise. Oh, you got your bag panel and zippers. Yay. So you guys, I'm sharing this on Thursday, but it just arrived today and I'm super excited about it. So you guys get a little sneakity peekity. My daughter is like, I came from that. Patty, hi everyone. Office closed today, so got stitching and primitive crafting done today. Very nice. Oh, I was gonna put this. Never mind. I'll just show it. I was going to show it in a cute way, but you just get it stacked up. Look what arrived. Okay, so the cloud is not new, but look, the 6 new colors arrived. The chunky thread, 6 new colors are here. They arrived and I got them online and in the system today. So since we were getting on here, I just thought I would share it quick with you guys. Cloud arrived. Nutmeg arrived, which the cloud and nutmeg are not new, but they're in stock now. So they were able to ship them to me. So they're in stock now at Happy Little Stitch Up. And then we have terracotta and we have raisin and we have pebble. Ooh. And we have leaf and we have I think this is jade and songbird. They are here. Let the playing begin. I'm so excited to make some granny squares with these. So I had to tell you, And I didn't have nutmeg, but nutmeg is in the shop as well. Pretty colors to add to your collection. Martha, hello. Louise says, cool. Carolyn, yay. Chunky thread. Betsy loved the chunky thread. I signed up for Lori's crochet class at Garden of Quilts. You cannot wait. I know, it's so pretty. Hello, Leanne. Lori says, yippee yay. I'm so happy new colors are here. I'm too. They are gorgeous. Oh my gosh, they're so pretty. Leaf is lovely, and cottage has really songbird, sorry, has really caught my eye. And the terracotta, I mean, okay, I could just say all of them. As soon as I say one, then I look at the next one. I'm like, oh my gosh, that one's really pretty too. So they're all really, really, really cool. Hello, Kim. Sharon, yay, chunky thread. I know you've been waiting. Patty, I've been trying so hard to learn Granny Square, but it's been hard with my hands. I really want to do it. Well, do you think that if you keep trying, it will get better? Do you think it's something that will improve with practice, or it's something else? Okay, so we're making Florence. I got all of my little pieces ready to cut and turn. My little one was standing watching me very intently while I was doing this, and she was kind of hanging on my arms apart. So I'm hoping that I stayed on the line pretty good for all of it. Did you guys see the video about my little one claiming the quilt as her own? She's like called dibs on it. So I left off. I really need to make the crochet bag. Oh my gosh. Make those crochet bags, because those panels have been going out of here like hotcakes. So make those crochet bags, and please post pictures, because I so badly want to see those bags put together. I think they're darling. And I want to see all of those come together, see how they look.
Carolyn says, I'm getting happy mail from Happy Little Stitch Shop this week. Can't wait.
Yay, Carolyn! I love hearing that.
Patty says, continuously trying. Part is arthritis.
Well, I'm hoping for you that you are able to enjoy it, and that it's going to get better for you. That's what I hope. I hope that it gets better for you so you can enjoy it, because I hear how badly you want to do it.
Debbie says, can't wait till I get the crochet panel to sew it up.
I can't wait to see you guys sew it all up. It's pretty cute. It's pretty cute.
Tammy says, loved that video.
Oh my gosh. So that's how my Friday started. And it came totally out of the blue. We dropped the other kids off at school, and we were headed to the shop. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I'm not kidding you, she said, we have one more chicken to make. We as in me, but she likes to be part of the process. So she said, we have one more chicken to make. And I said, yeah, you're right, we do. And then I said, do you know what the name of the chicken is? And the first go around for that conversation, she didn't know. So she was like, and I said, it's Florence. And she goes, oh, okay. And then she said, and how did she say it? Something about for my chicken quilt. It's going to be my chicken quilt. And I was like, what? When did that happen? Who said that it was going to be your quilt? And so then I captured it the second go around to share with you guys, because it was cracking me up. And apparently she has already claimed it to the rest of the family, because I was telling my husband about it, and he's like, oh yeah, she already told me before that it was her quilt. And then she had a conversation with Dee too, and that said that it was her quilt. So she's claiming it. She's like claiming it around the whole family.
I genuinely thought it was going to be hers.
Yeah, so all of them were like, oh, it's not hers. I was like, what? it's probably gonna end up being hers, but oh my gosh, she's a little stinker. She's a little stink pot.
Kim says, yes, that was so darling. Love her. How could you say no?
I know. How could I? I can't. Who am I kidding? Who am I kidding?
Carolyn says, Patty, they have special crochet hooks for those of us who have arthritis.
Really? Say more about that. Maybe that would be helpful for Patty.
She says, I use a special crochet hook for arthritis.
Oh, Patty does already?
Carolyn does.
Oh, Carolyn does. Well, Patty, have you heard of that? Maybe that would be helpful for you.
Patty says, what are they called and where do I get them?
I don't know what they're called. If it's something I can get, I would be happy to do that because I'm sure you're not the only one who, struggles with that. Clearly, because other people are already using these other things.
Luis says, would love to post photos, but do not know how.
Oh. Well, we'll have to see if we can help you with that.
Debbie says, I have arthritis too. I find it helped not holding the hook so firm. Patty says, holding the hook firm is some of it. I try not to, and then I start dropping everything.
Yes. It's hard to find the right area, the sweet spot.
Lori says, that's so cute. She loves the chicken quilt.
Did you see that video? So if it's in our Happy Little Stitchers Facebook group, I got a video of it, and she loves it. That's for sure. She seriously looks forward to making another one each week. I don't know what she's going to do. It'll be interesting to see. So first we have Be Happy. So we're going to jump into Be Happy after this wraps up. But then Prairie. And so it'll be interesting to see if I wasn't expecting this connection. So it'll be interesting to see if it's specific to the chickens or if she has connections to other quilts and other blocks that we're making. So I'm curious to see how that goes.
Carolyn says, Clover armor ergonomic crochet hooks.
Okay.
That was hard.
Are you okay? Are you gonna make it?
Leanne gave you a super chat.
Leanne! Thank you so much. What is happening in that picture? It's a trophy. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. Thank you so much, Leanne. Leanne gave us a super chat. Thank you. Thank you. That is so kind of you. I really appreciate that, Leanne.
Carolyn says any type of ergonomic hook set is good. Clover, Yarnus, and Boyd.
Okay.
Tammy says she just might love everything, Lori.
She might. That's why I'm curious to see if this is like chicken specific or if she's just gonna be a fabricaholic like her mother and just love all sorts of different things. So I am curious to see what she thinks. Although, I mean, she's had other quilts, I did the Easter one for her and she was all chickens over the Easter one. And then she uses a Little Red Riding Hood from Jill Howarth, that collection she did, Little Red in the Big Woods. That collection is so darling. So she has a patchwork one from that I did for her. She likes that one, but she's not like claiming it for her own. It's not the same. My itchy nose. So what is everybody working on tonight? What are people sewing? I did a little bit of, as I was sewing these pieces together, I did a little bit of these. I did the rest of my Dresden centers. So those are ready for my Dresdens, which Dee sewed. She helped out with sewing some of those yesterday. And
The day before yesterday.
the day before yesterday. And my middle daughter pressed. There was a sewing and pressing party happening in here. There was music playing. They were sewing and pressing. Dresden blades.
Marcia says, I don't know.
Actually, I'm on happy little what? I think she didn't complete her thought.
Yeah.
She might be shopping right now. How many of you have committed to Garden of Quilts?
Marcia says, actually, I'm on Happy Little Stitch Shop ordering chunky thread.
It's very pretty. I was so excited when I opened the box. I was like, it's here. And I knew it was coming. I had gotten the shipment notification, so I knew it was coming. But I was very excited to see it all and to get it out and put it in all those empty baskets that have been waiting for it. So I don't quite have it all put away yet because I had to go pick up some kids from school. But I got it all online. So that was the important part. And then I will get it put in the baskets. The rest of it, I have some of it put away. I'll get the rest of it put in baskets tomorrow.
Lori says, I'm sewing tonight, but it's a secret sewing. You know, I will eventually share on my channel and, of course, my virtual market videos where y'all get the latest scoop.
Yes, of course. That was such a good video. Such a good video. Did anybody else watch that video and then commit wholeheartedly to sewing Prairie and rush to happylittlestitchshop.com to secure your Prairie Meadow quilt kit? Did that happen to anybody else? It happened to this one right here.
Tammy says, I've got 2 circles done on the Dresden quilt.
Keep going. It'll go fast. It kind of seems a little monotonous, but it goes pretty quickly. And then you'll be done and you'll have a quilt done and ready to enjoy, and it'll feel such a rush of accomplishment.
Brandy says, working on So Simple Shapes Remix 2, loving the hand stitching.
Brandy? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Oh, Brandy, I know. 2, Remix 2. This was part of 3 and 4, but loving that series. Loving it. Oh my gosh. Those blocks are so cute.
Tina says, have my chicken quilt top and have no clue how to quilt it yet. So I'm currently laying out a patriotic quilt with Sweetwater fabric.
Ooh, that will be pretty. That sounds pretty. Yeah, I'm anxious to see Lori's quilted chicken salad quilt. Anxious to see how that looks next week. We should be able to see it next week. So I'm excited about that. But it's like, I don't know. It's so hard to believe that we are on our last chicken. Does it not seem like it's flown by for you people? It seems like it's flown by for me. And I've kept up with it, which is a small miracle. It is.
Lori says, I've commented to Garden of Quilts on Wednesday and Thursday.
Committed? What?
Yeah, committed.
Yes, you have, because you're teaching at it. You goof. That's funny. Because she's
I don't get
teaching.
it.
She's committed to Garden of Quilts on Wednesday and Thursday. Well, she has to because she's teaching 2 classes there. One on Wednesday and one on Thursday. So yeah, Lori is teaching I don't remember which day is which, but she's doing Granny Square class, and she's doing Prairie Quilt Seed class featuring those adorable quilt seeds. I'm probably going to make those too. I mean, I'm just signing up for everything. They're so cute though.
Patty says, always eager to watch your videos, Lori.
Mm-hmm. Aren't they so good? They're so fun to watch. So much eye candy.
Diana says, hi everyone, listening in but working on painting on fabric. Dogs for my aunt.
Oh, that'll be fun. I would love to see that. If you feel so inspired to share it, I would love to see it. That sounds really interesting.
Martha says, I'm working on the chicken salad Penny.
Penny. I don't remember which one was Penny. Is that Penny? I don't know.
Sharon says, I'm cross-stitching tonight, trying hard to finish Winter Rose Manor.
Sharon is? Oh, that one is so pretty. I'm still doing my best to get patterns so that we can have a stitch along in November, starting in November for Winter Rose Manor, but it's kind of tricky to get the stuff, and so I want to like have them before I open it up. That turned out pretty good.
Betsy says, cross-stitching home is where the wreath is tonight.
Oh, that's a cute one too. Cross stitching, I love it. I'm hoping this week is kind of a busy week. We had a concert last night for this one. We have a concert coming up for the other ones. So, like end of school stuff. You guys know, end of school stuff is starting to sneak in. We're in the last month of school, which is crazy. So there's lots of activities and stuff. So this week is kind of busy. And I get these lovely grays covered tomorrow. So as Lori said, when was it? A couple weeks ago. She's sitting in the hair chair. I'm going to be paying a visit to the hair chair tomorrow. I was like, holy cow, where did it just seems like it's, are you blinded by my gray?
No, my contacts are being weird.
It just seems like over the last week or so, it's you kids. Let's just be honest. It seems like so much gray has happened. Like it's just all of a sudden appeared.
Patty says, I still have the last 2 chickens to make. Hope to have them done this weekend.
Yay! So you're right on track too. That'll go pretty quickly because I had 2 chickens to do last weekend, I think, or the weekend before. I can't remember, but they went pretty fast.
Jane says, hello, Angela and friends. Late, but I made it.
Hello, Jane. Oh, Jane Horton, yes. Hello, I'm so glad you're here.
Lori says, monotonous sewing is good at times. It's repetitive and you don't have to think too much, so it's relaxing and you can watch a movie or listen to a book. And then she says, it was supposed to say committed.
Yes. It is good sometimes, and it is nice to be able to. So I'm on I'm still doing the audiobooks. We talked about this last time. And last time I had told you I had finished Mitford, the first Mitford. It was very good, very easy, relaxing listen. Like just a nice story, like a nice, good old-fashioned story that you can just kind of, fall into. And then I listened to The Dutch House. That was really good. That was more of like, I want to know how this is going to turn out, so I have to listen more. So that one was really good. I really enjoyed that. And now I'm listening to Mitford 2. I think it's called A Light in the Window. Yes, it is. And that one is good too. Although I'm kind of at the point where it's like, just get together already. Like, come on. Ask her to marry you. Just be together. Because it's so much back and forth and they're, apart and they're together and so I am enjoying it, but I just want them to commit to each other finally.
Jan says, have all but the last chicken made, but none stitched to back fabric. Do I do with walking foot or how to avoid puckering?
I just use a regular foot. I don't even use a walking foot. And I don't have puckering issues. Yeah, I just use a regular foot. I don't know if that's the right thing to do or not, but that's what I do. And I have not had issues with it.
Martha says, yes, that cute green one is Penny. Great job, Angela.
Oh, I got it right. That could be a trivia. That could be a trivia night. We could have chicken trivia. Name that chicken. Oh my gosh. That could be fun. My daughter thinks that I am so lame. It would be fun.
Brandy says, hello. Congrats on the last chicken.
Hello, Brandy. Brandy. Oh, it is Brandy. Hello. How is your chicken salad coming along, my friend? Are you still in there? Are you sticking with it?
Patty says, yesterday I started stitching Primrose Cottage Bees series and happened to look to see a huge hornet stuck on the screen of my window.
What? Does it make you question stitching that again? I'm kidding, obviously, but that is really odd. Crazy coincidence.
Marcia says, appreciate your hair, gray and all. Mine's just starting to grow back.
Oh, it is. I bet. Well, yes, if you look at it that way, yeah. I shouldn't be complaining about the gray. I've had gray for many years. At one point, my brother-in-law said, gray is kind of in. Maybe you should just let it go gray. Like, I don't think so. Not yet. And so I bet that makes you happy to have your hair growing back. How nice. And what, after such a journey.
Patty says, I'm terrified of them since I was a child. Called husband inside to get it out.
I don't blame you. Those things can be, oh my gosh, they can be pests. One time we were out, I don't know, we made some sandwiches. It was my husband and I and my little one. I think all the other kids are at school. We made some sandwiches and decided to go to a park and, play on the playground and just have a little picnic there. And there were bees all over the place. And they were like attacking. Like we needed like defensive forces around us. It was horrible. No matter what we did, they were like following us. It was so It was the weirdest thing. I was like, wow, these bees are aggressive. What is happening?
Mary Jo says, hello, I have embraced the gray with COVID. It is such a relief to just get haircuts. More money for shopping at Happy Little Stitch Shop.
That's funny. I bet it is. Yeah, coloring is such a process. And especially with a lot of hair, it takes a while to get all that done. It's quite a long time in the hair chair. I have been toying around lately with cutting my hair short again. It's been a while since it's been short. I don't know that I will do it, but it's crossed my mind a couple times.
Leanne says, finished last chicken today.
You did. You stayed on track then too. Yay for you. Doesn't it feel good? Now you're all ready for the big finish next week.
Lori Holt says, I know I've recommended this series a bajillion times from way back on my blog several years ago, but I highly recommend the Elm Creek Quilt series. I've listened to it every 2 or 3 years and about to start it again.
Really? Well, now I'm going to have to add that to my wish list. I had asked this question on our Happy Little Stitchers group for recommendations for people's favorite audiobook series that they, I was just getting ready to jump into a book. And before I had decided on doing Mitford, I was looking for suggestions. And so many people had so many suggestions of good. And I think maybe that was one that somebody put out there. Because I remember hearing about a quilt series and I thought, oh, Elm Creek, you'll remember that, won't you?
We'll see.
Committed to memory because I will forget. I'll have to add that to my wish list. You had me at quilt series.
Brandy says, with all the busy stuff lately, I am 6 behind. I hope to get to them again in another week or so.
Don't stress. There's been lots going on. So don't stress about it. And they will be there when the time's right. That's what I keep saying about my stitch quilt. I do plug away at it little by little. One of these days, I'm going to surprise all of you people, and I'm just going to whip out this stitch quilt that's completely finished. And you guys are going to be like, what?
Lori Holt says, coloring is such a process. LOL. Angela, you're so punny.
What? It is a process. Oh my gosh. Oh, process? Like a play on words? Is that what you're saying? Oh, punny. Oh my gosh. It's all come together for me now, Lori. Now I'm on the same wavelength as you. Oh my gosh. It's such a process. Do you get it? Processing, color processing. Oh my gosh, I'm so hot right now. I was cold before, so I put this sweatshirt on. But oh my gosh, I'm hot now. That is funny. You are cracking me up, Lori Holt.
Patty says,
I was like, did she mean to type funny? Funny. Oh, that's funny. Huh. It just keeps going. It can't stop.
Patty says, I was playing on my grandpa's porch and got attacked. Stung 17 times. A lot I don't remember. My mom had to tell me I was traumatized. Flies would scare me.
Oh my gosh, Patty. That is a horrible story. I am nearly traumatized with you just from hearing it. 17 times? Oh my gosh, that's terrible. I don't blame you for being frightened of them. They seem to like you a little too much. Stalker bees.
Caroline says, I love the Elm Creek quilt series. I listen to the series every night.
What? Okay, so give me a little summary. Is it like a mystery? What is it, just a kind of like Mitford, where it's just a story about these people's lives and all of the characters in the story? Or what is it? What's the genre?
Brandy says, Cassie is on a plane heading home. She spent a week with me, antique and local quilt store shopping, and a cross-stitch retreat thrown in there.
I know. She told me about it. We were messaging a little bit yesterday. And it sounds like you two had a lovely time. And I can hardly stand it. I love hearing about people I almost said meeting themselves. Oh, gosh. Meeting other people through this happy little stitch shop community, and then like getting together. Oh my gosh, that just makes my heart happy. So I'm so happy that you guys got together, and I'm so happy that you had a good time.
Lori says you will love each book, but you need to listen to them in order. I know you well enough by now to know that you will love them.
Really? Okay, so now I'm gonna add that in. But I said I was gonna do Where the Crawdads Sing after this second Mitford book. So then I'm thinking Elm Creek Quilt Series book 1 will be after that. And at the rate I'm going, I did invoicing over the weekend, and I had my headphones on and was listening to it all weekend long. So I'm getting through, a good amount of books. I wish had my headphones on and was stitching or sewing instead of, actually, I don't. Invoicing is important, even if it's kind of tedious, but it's important to do. But I do miss some stitching time, so I'm looking forward to getting some of that back in.
Patty says, I named my gray hairs after my kids. LOL.
Yes. Oh my gosh, my husband's the same way. When she was little, his hair was very dark. And shortly after the 4 arrived, his hair quickly turned gray. Oh. I just couldn't, when we found out we were expecting our little one a bit later in life than we anticipated, I couldn't imagine letting myself go all gray and have a little baby at the same time. Oh my gosh. So I keep up the processing for now.
Brandy says took her to Missouri Star Quilt Company.
Very cool. Very cool. Had she ever been there?
Debbie says I have all of the Elm Creek books down to the last couple. I need to try and find someone to give them to without having to mail.
How many are there in the series? It sounds like there are quite a bit, quite a few. I'm pressing. Keep talking.
Lori says it's okay, Angela. I know it's hard to multitask, especially when filming.
It's hard to multitask. It's hard for my brain to work and film and multitask at the same time. That's funny. You know. Of course you know. Oops.
Carolyn says start with The Quilter's Apprentice by Jennifer Chiaverini. Nope, I can't say that. Elm Creek Quilt Series. The narrator is wonderful in the audiobook series.
So is that part of the quilt series? The Quilter's Apprentice?
It looks like it.
Yes, I did not shape all the way.
And then she says you have to listen. You will love it.
Carolyn says that.
Mhm.
All right. I'm sold. I'm committed to it. I am having a hard time committing to Garden of Quilts, but I'm to Quilters Elm Creek Quilters series. I'm doing it.
Lori says it will say on Audible which book is first, second, third, etc. in this series.
Oh, good.
And then she says, I agree. She is my favorite narrator.
Oh, I'm excited now. I love having new books to do.
Debbie says, I must have a dozen books.
In that series. So we don't know how many total books there are in the series.
Lori says, I'll look up how many there are. Real quick. Hang on.
Oh my gosh. You don't have to look it up. I can look it up. I always feel like I'm bothering somebody. I don't want to be a bother.
Debbie says I need to get Audible, I guess, because with all my quilting, cross-stitching, and now crocheting, I don't really read books.
Yeah, so Debbie, that was my problem. I love to read. I love to read. And I really love to just curl up with a book and just read. But I don't have time to do it anymore. And anytime I would try to sit down and read, I would fall asleep. I would be like, oh my gosh, this is such a good book. I'm so excited to read it. And I would sit down and I'd be like I would just be out. And so that clearly wasn't working. And then we had a discussion on here one time where people were talking about Audible. And there's also, you can do an app through your library that's called Libby. You guys use that quite a bit, or you used to over the summer. Is there another one? Libby is the big one.
Yeah.
Yeah. That you connect to your library and you can get audio books through that. So I tried to do that for a while, but all of the books that I wanted were, I love that this little chicken is running away. This brings back a lot of memories. So any book that I wanted to listen to, it was on you couldn't get it for like months and months and months. And I thought, well, that's for the birds. And so where are Lori's pictures? I need Lori's pictures. So then people were talking about Audible out here, and I had a really hard time committing to it. You guys think that I have serious commitment fears, which may be true. I don't know. But I had a hard time taking the plunge to do it. And then finally we just did the free trial. And so far I'm loving it. So I think it's probably a keeper.
Debbie says, I just Googled, says up to 21 books now.
Up to 21 books. I have to add all of my little baby chick embroidery. My little one reminded me today that they are all missing their feet. I was like, oh, they are.
Brandy says she had not been there before, and I surprised her with the knowledge of Hamilton being J.C. Penney's birthplace.
I knew that.
She got to take a picture of his tiny home. Don't think they called it that back then.
What?
She got to take a picture of his tiny home. Don't think they called it that back then.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I did know that. I don't know why I knew that, but I knew that's where J.C. Penney was from.
Nathalie Fitzgerald says, for Garden of Quilts, where would I fly into?
Salt Lake City. Salt Lake City International Airport.
Carolyn says there are also quilt companion books.
What? Has anybody said what genre it is yet?
No. Debbie says there are also quilt pattern books from the Creek series.
Quilt pattern books, really? Oh my gosh, this is gonna be like a whole new world that I'm entering into. I don't know. What do you think? Maybe my pins.
The chick's running away.
Isn't that funny? It's so cute. I think it's so cute. Oh, good. She put her wing up too. She's flapping away. It was like the first time I took these. Oh my gosh. First time I took you guys outside. We'd been like in our house because the kids came home and everybody was very sick and they came home in the middle of winter and we like had to keep them in a bubble. And we didn't go anywhere. I mean, we still don't really go anywhere except to activities and stuff. But the first time, spring came and I was like, I'm getting outside with these children. I need to exit this house. And so I took them out to the backyard, got everybody's shoes on, got little jackets on everybody. It took like forever to get everybody ready. They were toddling around. So I feel like they were like a year and a half, which means you would have been like 3. Mm-hmm. So a 3-year-old and 4 1.5-year-olds. And I get everybody together and I'm like, taking them out the door to the backyard. And is like this little chicken of Florence's. They all go in different directions. I was by myself and I was like, oh no. And so I run, I get one, I bring back, plop them down, run, get another one. That one's gone. It was madness. It was madness because we didn't have a fence. And so then my husband came home from work. I was like, we are getting a fence. He's like, why would we get a fence? Why do we want a fence? We don't want to break up our yard like that. We are getting a fence. It was crazy. I think, okay, I'm going to pin this and then I'm going to get your guys' opinion. Again.
Oh. You did another one too, Mom.
Did I?
Realizing it. You said that's for the birds.
We're making a bird. Oh my gosh. Okay. I don't know. How does she look? Does anything look? Oh my gosh. I did not even pin that little chick.
Carolyn says, I have Harriet's Journey from Elm Creek quilts on my Lori Holt book stand.
You do? That's a neat idea. And then, so why? How does that work? Do you just put it on it's just there while you're not reading it?
I think she means the quilt pattern book that comes with the series.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
Debbie says about a master quilter, her friends, family, ancestors, quilt camps, etc. living in Elm Creek. Carolyn says I'm kind of obsessed.
Okay, well, you guys have sold me on it. I'm in. Count me in.
Patty says that baby chick just keeps getting away from you,
Angela.
Angela.
Happens, apparently. Okay, So does it look right? What do you guys think? How does Florence look? Maybe that wing needs to come out more. I don't know. What do you guys think? She's going to be... Yeah, I think that wing needs to come out more. I think I've given her too short of a wing.
Lori says it's a historical series too, which I love.
I love historical fiction. It's my favorite. It's my favorite. Right? Fever, 1793.
It wasn't bad.
I read that one. I was like, it's kind of young. It's like young. It's even
Not young adult.
It's like what's below young adult?
Juvenile fiction.
There you go. It's like that level, but I thought it was so good. It's about the yellow fever of 1793 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. It's very interesting. So then I forced all of my children to read it.
Read it for school too.
Well, gosh, I didn't put anything on that wing either. Oh, heavens.
Carolyn says she's beautiful. Brandy says, are you going to make a second chicken quilt for yourself since this one is already claimed?
I even said to her the other day, I said, do you think that you and Mommy could share it? And she was like, Mommy. What? That seems like a reasonable question. She's not too bad.
Lori Holt says, Fever. Oh my word. I'm so sad another book didn't come out after Chains. Chains is a sequel to Fever.
Is it?
It's like...
Are you serious?
Yes. What? You didn't know that?
Oh my word. I was so sad. So, Laura, you've read Fever? I loved that book. That is one that I could not put down. But how did I not know?
Well, I'm not sure if it's about her or not. I don't know.
How did I not know that there was another book after Fever? What's happening? How would I not know that? There is even a
little bit of it in the back of Fever.
What? Are you fibbing?
No.
Well, I would have read that if it was. It
was mentioned in the back of Fever, and I'm pretty sure there was a little bit of it. Lord says, "Oh yes, I love that series."
I gotta look up Chains now. I didn't know that there was another one. I loved Fever though. I thought it was so good, even though it was juvenile fiction. I did not care. It was really good. I couldn't put it down. I was like, "Oh my gosh, what's gonna happen to these people? Are they gonna be okay?" It was so good. You liked it.
I did.
The other kids liked it, I think. You need to write books about your family in your spare time and tie it into, oh, I can't see, all of your quilts and love of the farm. Oh, yeah, in all of her spare time. That poor woman. Oh, my goodness. That poor woman, she is so busy. Okay, I think, oh, I got to do this. I didn't do this. I think she looks pretty good.
Carolyn says, yes, I would totally read a Lori Holt book.
I would totally read a Lori Holt book.
Brandy says, make a mini version chicken quilt.
Yeah, I could do that. Like have her pick out her favorites or something, and it could be her very own, but
I'm sure she'll say all of them.
she'll then be like, I have 2 quilts. I have 2 chicken quilts. Yes, there was supposed to be a book called Ashes After Chains, but it never happened. I had no idea. Oh my gosh. Is my face really red?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Feels very flushed. I had no idea. Now you know what I'm going to be Googling once I get done here. I'm going to be Googling that series. What's going on? Okay, I cannot believe this is our last chicken. Is anybody just a tish sad that this is our last chicken? I have to say that I'm a little sad it's our last chicken. I'm a little bummed about it. I need some feet. I need some feet.
Debbie says you are not the, or Lori says, Debbie, you are not the first one that has suggested that. Maybe when I retire after my 400-year plan, lol.
You can't retire, Lori. You cannot retire. What am I gonna? That doesn't work in my plan.
Patty Middleton says, I'm sad too. This has been a great series.
It has been. It's been a lot of fun, I think, to sew it together. Which I was not anticipating. Like this getting together and doing these chicken salad lives kind of came together just by accident almost. Just like a happy accident that happened. It just kind of came about. Not really by plan. And then it has been so fun. And you guys have been wanting to do more, which has made me happy because I think it's fun to get together and sew and chit chat a little bit. So it's been a lot of fun. But here's my question. You guys interested in doing more of these little sew-alongs like for Prairie? Because that quilt is going to be pretty fabulous. I'm pretty excited about it, especially now that chicken salad is wrapping up. Like I'm kind of sad. It's kind of a bittersweet moment. I'm kind of sad that the chickens are done because they've been a lot of fun to make. But now I'm kind of gearing up and looking forward to the next one and feel like I am able to get excited about that now. So do people want to sew Prairie together?
Debbie says that will be about the same time I get all the quilts made I've started and or plan on making.
Before 400-year plan.
Yeah. Lori says it makes me so happy, SEW, that you are enjoying my sew-alongs.
Yes. I think that I think this one has been so fun. And so I selfishly want it to carry over into Prairie. I do. But I don't know if anybody else does. So it's like a party by myself.
Jan says yes. Marcia says yes, for sure I am.
Yay! Makes me happy.
Debbie says the chickens are getting you in practice for the applique and the prairie quilt.
I do believe that. So I have done applique, so I feel kind of comfortable doing that, although Percy would make you believe otherwise. But I'm comfortable with that part. But I think what the chickens have helped me with is kind of forcing me to make time for it, which is what these lives have helped with. Because it's like, okay, if I'm going to schedule a live to get together to make these chickens, then I have to have all my chicks in a row to be ready for that live. And so it kind of forces me to keep the progress going with it. And then I think just by nature, that has fit sewing into my schedule regularly, now almost out of habit, even though at first it started out being scheduled, but now it's just kind of become habitual. So I do think it's really helped with that.
Jane says, I definitely hope you'll do them for Prairie.
Oh, yay!
And then Carolyn says, and Calico Garden too.
Oh, yes. Oh my gosh. You guys, I just had a phone conversation with a customer today about the whole Lori Holt applique process. She's just kind of getting started in it. She happened to call the shop, and so we had a nice conversation about it. And we had a long talk about calico garden. Oh my gosh, and how gorgeous it is.
Patty says, I love these get-togethers.
Oh, yay.
Lori says, yes, I want to sow prairie.
Oh my gosh, Laura, you've already been sewing prairie. Those blocks are so pretty, but I know what you mean. Are you now, even though you got to sew those 3 blocks, does it just have you itching to do all of the rest of them? Because those 3 were so pretty.
Positive Pet Sitting Services says, I'm in for prairie.
Yay!
Martha says, yes, for sewing together has been fun.
Oh, you guys, that makes me so happy to hear, because sometimes I feel like I'm just stale as all get out, and that I'm really your bedtime story. That's how I feel. That's how I feel sometimes. So it is really good feedback for me to hear that you guys want to keep doing it, because otherwise my brain would go to, oh my gosh, these guys are not enjoying it. I am putting them to sleep. I'm not going to do any more of them. That's where I would go to, just naturally, just by nature, because I'm kind of that's just how I am. I don't know why. So that feedback really helps, because then I think, oh, okay, people really are enjoying it and they do want to do it. That's good for me to know, because otherwise I would talk myself into in the other direction.
Nathalie says, I just found this. I say let's rewind.
What? I just found this. Yes, go back in time. Let's do it again. Well, you'll have to join us for prairie. Join us for the prairie sew along. I gotta cut my chicken legs and feet.
Patty says, I would love to sew along the prairie.
Yay, good.
Jan says, yes for prairie, please.
And you know what only makes better is when Lori herself is able to pop in and join us. That makes it so much more fun.
Brandy says, this was fun tonight. I'm looking forward to your next one.
Yay! So, prairie starts at the end of August. I'm very excited about it.
Lori says, one of the things I say all the time when I'm stressed and used to make my kids laugh when I did is, I have all my ducks in a row, but my chickens have gone astray.
Yeah. Isn't that the truth? I feel like my ducks and my chickens are running all over the place. People used to give me a hard time because I would, when the kids were little, I would line them all up behind me. Seriously, because otherwise I would lose somebody. So anytime we had to go someplace and it was just me and they were very little, I would have them all line up behind me. So then they all had an order that they were in. And then my oldest was at the end, because if anybody strayed, she would say, "Mom!" She would let me know. So everyone was literally lined up behind me, and people would tease me and say, "Oh, you've got all your ducks in a row." Well, it's kind of necessary for safety.
Marcia says yes to prairie.
Oh, yay. You guys, I'm seriously, I think I went back and I rewatched Lori's video. Lori, I am seriously not stalking you. I am just stalking the projects that you are doing. And I looked at those prairie blocks like again and again, probably 3 or 4 times. I went back, both the quilt seeds and the prairie meadow sew along blocks. They're so pretty. I even showed them to my husband. Because I said, okay, I'm doing prairie. And he was like, what? I said, I'm doing prairie. And then I said, just look at this. And the first thing he said was, is that border, listen to this. He thinks he knows the lingo. He's like, is that border a cheater print? It's like, what? And he goes, is it cheater print? I said, no, it's not. It's all pieced. He goes, what? I said, calm down. You're not making it. Like, why are you so excited about it? And he goes, I like how that one looks. And I said, aren't they beautiful? Like, look at these blocks. Aren't they so pretty? They certainly are.
Tammy says, I enjoy watching along.
You do. You enjoy, oh my gosh, the craziness.
Nancy says, I'm not stitching chickens, but I still love the sew-alongs.
Oh, good. Well, I'm glad that people are joining in with whatever they're working on. You know, I like that.
Nathalie says, I will join you for Prairie.
Yay! Join us for Prairie. It's going to be so fun.
Martha says, Lori Holt. Ha ha ha.
Huh?
When she said what she said about her duck string. Sam says, hi, miss you guys. Happy chicken night.
Hello, Sam. Hello, my friend.
Debbie says, Lori Holt's applique method and interfacing changed my life from doing needle turn applique.
Yeah, so that's the conversation that I had with this person today. Explaining the sew-in interfacing and the whole process. And she was like, oh. I was like, yes, right? It's brilliant. It makes it so much easier.
Mary Jo says, I'm cross-stitching Vintage Housewife. That is a big apron. That is one big apron.
I love that apron, though. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. I love that apron.
Brandy says, will the Be Happy quilt be finished before Prairie starts? I want to do all things.
Yes, because I did the schedule this weekend. Brandy, did you get it? Did you get the email? I did the schedule. I emailed out the schedule. It's so warm. I did the schedule and I sent it to all of the people who reserved their quilt kit. And the schedule works out perfectly because that is something that I was like, oh my gosh, is it going to overlap? We're going to be finishing up Be Happy right as Prairie is starting. So the schedule works out perfectly. So I felt really happy about that.
Patty says your story of your kids in a row reminded me of the end in Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Yes, yeah. That's the name of the movie. Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Yeah.
That is funny. I don't actually know that I've seen that movie. I could probably sing you a song from it, but I don't think I've seen it. How is that possible? I'm sure there were probably children. I don't know why I wouldn't have seen that.
Carolyn says, I just put in my reservation for Prairie. I'm in.
Yay! Look at you committing right away. I love it. I wish I could commit that easily. It's amazing. It's amazing your father and I are married.
Lori says, thank you for the kind words about my applique method.
Yes. I mean, as soon as I saw it and I was like, I mean, you know, it just clicked for me. It clicked in my brain, made sense. So, which is good because then I can easily explain it to others.
Debbie says, Vintage Housewife is what I'm working on too. I'm putting the last stitches in the apron. So glad to have that part done. Loving it. Thanks, Lori.
so many questions about Calico Garden cross stitch. I have been getting asked that so many times. Oh my goodness. Clearly, people would love to see that.
Brandy says, then I am into Happy Dance.
Brandy.
Uh,
Brandy, you are. That's so exciting. You guys, I'm so excited about it. And like I said, I think that part of it is, okay, chicken salad's wrapping up. So now I can kind of look for what's coming next. But I'm really excited about Prairie. I mean, did you guys see the blocks? Did you see the blocks? Did you see the blocks? I'm sure I showed them to you. Did I not? Did I not show them to you?
If you did, I don't remember.
Don't say that. Maybe I didn't show them to you. I showed them to your dad, for sure.
He's probably doing something or other.
Okay, here's just one of them.
Oh, that's pretty.
Isn't it pretty? I think Lori posted all 3 of them to her Instagram page. Yeah. 3 that she made so far.
I like the one on the left.
One on the left with the red and pink center.
Uh-huh.
Oh my gosh. You guys, that is what we are going to be making. That's just a little taste of what we're going to be making. I'm so excited. Okay, what else are people saying? And then we got to start to wrap up because we're running out of time here.
Patty says the wife had the daughters behind them walking in a row with a rope tied to each of them while they were singing.
That could totally be our family. That's not terribly far off.
Brandy says, Angela and Lori, you bring a lot of joy to everyone.
Aw. That's just sweet. Thank you, Brandy. That's super sweet of you to say.
Carolyn says, my husband loves that quilt and he gave me a gift certificate for my birthday last month. So I'm in especially if you are going to sew online with us.
Prairie? Your husband loves Prairie? Oh my gosh. That is like my husband kind of said the same thing. I mean, in husband speak, because he doesn't say a lot about quilts, but he liked that one. So Prairie is like hitting a home run with the male species.
Patty says, agree, Brandy.
You guys are too sweet. Gosh, I could just carry all of you around in my pocket, pull you out for a good, sweet compliment here and there, lift me up during my day.
Sharon says, I agree, Brandy. Lori and Angela do bring lots of joy to us all.
You guys, too sweet.
And Marcia gave you a super chat.
Marcia, you are giving us a super chat for this madness? Thank you so much. Marcia, you are so sweet. So, so sweet. Thank you, my friend.
Carolyn says, yes, Prairie.
Oh, Carolyn, I'm so excited.
Lori says, aw, thank you.
Isn't that nice? You just need to come here for a little pick-me-up. That's so nice. Okay. I could make little chicken claws all day. I'm so excited you guys are going to join in for Prairie, because then that gives us something to look forward to now that chicken salad is wrapping up. And of course, Be Happy will be in the middle. It'll be sandwiched in the middle. But then Prairie will be coming at the end of August. We'll be starting that. So that'll be super fun. I'm very excited about it. And I'm so happy that you guys are like wanting to sew along, because that makes me more excited about it. And gives me more fun stuff to look forward to. So thank you. Thank you. This Brandy agrees with the other Brandy. Betsy says, would prairie be too hard for a newbie at applique? Lori, maybe Lori could answer that. I feel like this is always my standard answer. First of all, the pieces are bigger. So I think that's going to be a plus for a beginner. But it's always hard to answer that question because my brain doesn't really work in like beginner, intermediate, advanced. If I see something that I like and that I'm interested in making, then maybe this isn't the smartest thing to do, but I just kind of jump in and do it and try. And if I struggle along the way, then I learn from those struggles. And the great thing about this community is that you've got so many people here to help you and give you advice and help you out if you need it. So that's a hard question to answer, to give you a straight answer for. I think it depends if a beginner has done much hand sewing. Well, there you go. Although you can machine applique, you don't have to hand sew it. So I don't know. I think Sam says, jump in, Betsy. You can do it. See, I don't know. That's kind of my approach as well. Some things I've given a try and I've been like, this didn't go as I had hoped. But most of the stuff, like I'm eventually able to do it. If I'm patient with it and if I can give it the time that it needs, I can kind of figure it out and do it. And the other cool thing, Betsy, is that if we do these lives, if you have questions, like we're here to help you help, and I can show you stuff, if that would be helpful. And the other thing is our Happy Little Stitchers Facebook group. That's a great place to ask questions. People there are usually very helpful. Yeah, that's a good idea, Natalie. Hold on. Looking forward to Lori's new scrapbook. Yes. Scrappiness is happiness. We have the reservation for that in the shop, and we're getting very close to putting together our scrappy bundle. So that should be available in the shop hopefully soon too. And then Debbie says, Betsy, this group is the best, and you have the best. Lori stepping you through it. Go for it. That's so true. I mean, Lori's blog posts are super descriptive. They're very, they're very thorough with their explanation. So you've got that right there at your fingertips. And then you've got a group here to support you too. And Debbie has a good point too. Maybe try one of the remix blocks first. So you can, you've got a chunk of time here where you could probably step into applique a little bit and see what you think about it. Like I will say it again and again. I have maybe one, maybe two of these left in the shop, but this, Penny almost fell. This is Lori's flea market flowers table runner. And it comes in a cute little kit, and all of these little flowers are appliqued on. And I think that this is a great beginner applique project because you're working with one shape. It's the same shape throughout. And so it's just very repetitive sewing and applique and turning and shaping and all of that to kind of get a good feel for it. So that would be a fun little project to just kind of dip your toes in and see what you think about it. So I don't know if that helps, Betsy, but I hope it does. Lori does great tutorials. Amen. Nancy says Lori's tutorials are so good and you can learn as you go. So true. Betsy says, thank you. This is why I love your shop and your groupie. So thank you, Betsy. They are pretty fabulous people. Jane says, I would also suggest the Remix miniseries and or the Flea Market Table Runner as practice. Yes, the Remix miniseries is a good one too. That's what this is. That Lori's doing 2 blocks a month for 10 months. It goes through November, and there will be 2 new blocks each month. And the outside is pieced, but this middle square is applique. So it gives you just a little taste of applique each month, working with different shapes and having fun playing and making these cute little blocks. Carolyn says, I machine applique, jump in, Betsy. Buy some of Lori's So Simple shapes and watch Lori's videos. Play with some of your scraps. Brandy says, yes, Betsy, I think you can do it. I'm doing chicken salad. She is. Brandy's doing chicken salad. That's her first time with applique. Patty says, my first time with chicken salad and love it. Patty, this is your first time. Did I know that? I may have known that. And then there will be prairie and then calico. So you'll just kind of be working yourself along to being able to join in all of these fabulous Lori projects. It'll be so much fun. Okay, so we're gonna wrap this crazy chicken night up, and it's kind of sad. We're all done. This is Florence. I gotta get her feet on and the beaks, and then get her all finished up. And she's the last one. My little one will be so excited to see her tomorrow. She always gets very excited to come in and see the new chicken. So thank you so much for joining me tonight. I really, really appreciate you taking time to come sew with me and keeping me company. It's always fun. It's always re-energizing and just fun to get together and chat with you, especially when we have a fun chat. And tonight, there are so many takeaways. Ashes, no, chains, Elm Creek Quilt Series, Prairie, Calico. There's so many takeaways from tonight. Chunky thread, new chunky thread. I can't wait. I'm going to make a block with those. I'm going to make a granny square with those soon. So thank you so much. Okay, let me see. Yes, my first applique, and you are loving it. I'm so happy to hear that. Beck says, beautiful flower. Thank you. Tammy says, thank you, Angela. You are welcome. Okay, you guys, have a fabulous night. Thank you so much for joining us for our last Chicken Salad Live. Up next will be Prairie Meadow Live, coming to you at the end of August 2022. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me. I really appreciate it. Give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to our Happy Little Stitch Shop channel. And Lori, thank you so much for joining. And thank you so much for hanging out with us and for the fabulous book recommendations that I need to go Google right now. Have a good night, you guys. And I will see you all on Thursday for our quilting live stream. Have a fabulous evening. Take care and happy stitching.